It is my pleasure to be here at Embry-Riddle among the alumni, special guests, family members, and friends who are gathered here today. Most of all, it's a great honor to be here with you all, the class of 2016. Blue Origin is an aerospace company with operations in Washington, Texas, and here in Florida. We build reusable space vehicles and the engines that power them. And much like you, we have big dreams. We want a future where millions of people are living and working in space. It's not often that a graduation speaker has something in common with nearly every graduate in the audience, but I think today might be the exception. You have probably chosen to study at Embry-Riddle because you have a passion for flight and the machines that enable humans to explore. I too have that same passion. Like many of you, I graduated with a degree in engineering with the hope of finding my place in the space industry. I started my career working for NASA on the Space Shuttle program and then moved on to the commercial space industry. When I first met Jeff Bezos to talk about his startup space venture, I knew immediately that I wanted to be a part of it. Sitting in Jeff's office, I saw the sparkle in his eyes, the laser-focused vision, and his unbridled passion for space. We knew then that we had common goals, and the key to achieving them was to develop a reusable vehicle to reduce the cost of access to space so that more people can go. But we also knew not to just focus on the technology, but to build a company of people who had the technical capability and the passion to work on challenges associated with that goal. I was the 10th person hired at Blue Origin. Today, we built a company of nearly 900 people. We've created a place where our people are enabled to work on challenging problems in a collaborative and diverse environment. We value humility, transparency, and passion. These values are the cornerstone of our success as a company, not because we say they are, but because our employees believe in these principles, and they work hard every day to make sure they remain a part of our company culture. These are the principles that I want to talk with you about today, because they've been so important to our success, and they have the potential to help you as you start your career. One of the core principles at Blue Origin starts with our company motto, Gradatim Ferociter, which is Latin for step by step ferociously. We believe in developing technologies incrementally, meaning that we prove out technologies through prototyping and testing and make iterative design improvements. The tools and processes you have available to you now allow for a much faster development cycle than has ever before been possible. Take advantage of developing technologies like additive manufacturing and the exponential growth of computing power. We now have the capability to very quickly design, test, break, redesign, test, and break again, learning with each new iteration. We can use algorithms to model and solve these problems faster than ever before. This increase in speed has caused a sea change in the way we can solve problems. You will have the opportunity to work on large-scale problems, which will require robust solutions. I encourage you to utilize incremental development and new technologies as a means to solve those difficult problems. An example of this approach is our New Shepard suborbital vehicle. The vehicle we are flying now is the third design iteration of a vehicle that first flew in 2006 and again in 2011. The first iteration, Propulsion Module 1, or PM1, was named after Robert Goddard. This simple vehicle flew 4 times in 2006 and 2007, demonstrating our concept of operation and some of the key technologies needed, such as flight control algorithms and propulsion. The next vehicle, PM2, was named after John Houbolt, a critical insurgent in the history of the Apollo program. This vehicle flew twice in 2011 and demonstrated our ability to build a complex bipropellant system that is capable of vertical launch and landing. To achieve our mission of launching millions of people safely into space, we knew we needed to practice first, and these vehicles serve that purpose. Our third increment of New Shepard first flew in 2015 and was the first to successfully demonstrate that a rocket-powered vehicle can be launched, landed, and launched again and again with a small operating team. New Shepard was designed, built, and flown so that we could prove out technologies needed for New Glenn, a much larger vehicle that will carry astronauts and payloads into low Earth orbit and beyond. We're now building our New Glenn factory right here in Florida. As I mentioned before, at Blue, we value both humility and transparency. You may have the impression that we're a quiet company. It's true. We don't typically talk publicly about milestones until they're complete. We talk about the things we've done, not the things we're going to do. Although we may seem quiet on the outside, we are not quiet within our walls. We expect transparency from each of our team members. We have an open office environment, no cubicle walls or barriers to divide team members. This sets expectations about communication and collaboration, helps us to make more informed decisions, and enables us to move faster. We also see the value of gaining and applying lessons learned from the industry and from industry history. We are truly standing on the shoulders of giants and value that all that can be gained through industry collaboration. The sharing of knowledge and transparency of information is extremely powerful and enables a sum greater than its parts. In preparation for coming here today, I asked a few early career engineers at Blue if they had any advice for me to share with you. They did. Nearly all of them focused on the topics of humility and transparency. They said things like, take advantage of every opportunity to learn, and when you have the option, choose to work on the problem that you know the least about. Don't be afraid to fail or be wrong. It's a great way to learn. You don't have to be the smartest person in the room to be successful. A strong personal drive and work ethic are almost always more appreciated and valuable than book smarts. And develop humility by learning about those who came before you and the challenges that they faced. In addition to that, I would add, practice listening. Encourage others to speak up and communicate your issues and challenges. Be open to new and different ideas. As a young leader, I used to tell my team things like, don't bring me problems, bring me solutions. And keep me informed so that I'm never surprised. Looking back, I realized how naive this approach was. When someone has a problem but they don't know how to solve it, what should they do? I now realize that it's more important that they bring the problem forward and talk about it rather than hold back until they find that solution. I also used to get frustrated with my team when I was surprised, but soon realized that my approach wouldn't scale to a company that has hundreds of employees and a broad range of projects. I now welcome the surprises because the innovation, creativity, and passion of the Blue Origin team almost always results in a spectacular outcome. Hopefully you've all chosen paths that excite you and will enable a fulfilling career. Every one of you will face challenges. If you're interested and excited about what you do, that will fuel your ability to be persistent and innovative when solving problems. Don't be afraid to be passionate and share that passion with others. It makes for a dynamic and energizing workplace. Work is much easier when the people around you enjoy what they're doing and are part of a useful mission. At the beginning of this speech, I talked about our vision of a future where millions of people are living and working in space. I'm lucky enough to get to spend every day with a team of people who have that same goal. I would like to close with a quick video. This video shows our team about 1 year ago at our headquarters in Washington, watching a live feed of the first successful launch and landing of our New Shepard vehicle in Texas. As you're about to see, there are hundreds of people that made that day possible. Many of them had worked for a decade to design, build, and fly a space vehicle and land it gently back on Earth. Let's roll the video.
Estimate 30 seconds to engine start. $25,000 feet. Drag brakes are open. $13,000 feet AGL. Estimate 10 seconds to engine start. Engine start, we have thrust. 2,000 feet. 1,000 feet. 500 feet. Gear coming out. 150 feet. Negative 7 feet per second. Gear deployed. 70 feet. 50 feet. Velocity steady. Touchdown.
I will never forget what it felt like to be part of that team on that day, and this is what I wish for all of you. The opportunity to contribute, to be an effective part of a team, to develop game-changing technologies that enable you to solve challenging problems and make an impact. I hope you have the opportunity to work in an environment where you are allowed to fail and learn from your mistakes, and to practice humility and transparency every day. I wish for you the opportunity to do all of this while working in a field that excites and fulfills you as much as the team that works at Blue. Now, take that first step ferociously. Thank you.